All right, as everybody's coming in, I'm going to go ahead and start our little video opening here.
Well,
let's actually evolve first. Yes. I'm so thrilled to connect with you guys today. I am getting ready to share with you a precious little video clip of the Soul Sisters herd to help us tune in to their vibrations and create this space. So join me for the next couple minutes here. So welcome. This is the Herd Connection. It is a creation of nonprofit I Am Herd, and what we're all about is exploring and experiencing the many ways that horses help humans to hear our own heart. And I am honored to offer this monthly with my amazing co-host, Sabina. I would love it, Sabina, if you would introduce yourself for us here.
Yes, it's such an honor to be here with everybody. I'm Sabina. I'm here with my herd. They are waiting to begin. So you just heard some deep exhalations. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Sabina. And so what we do with this program, for those of you that are tuning in for the first time, is the first half is what we consider kind of the exploration piece. And we have connected with, we invite in different equine-assisted healers, from just all walks of the world. And then in the second half of the program, we dive into an experiential process where Sabina and I, with our herds, co-create an experience for all of us. So I hope that you can tune in for the whole length of time. It'll be about an hour. And I cannot tell you how excited I am to have today with us Samantha. There is a deep heart connection that I feel with this amazing two-legged being. I can't really put words on it, though anyone that knows me knows I'll try. But it is just something I've felt from the first time that I encountered her vibration. There's something very familiar about you, Samantha. And she is also a dear friend of Sabina, and Sabina has known Samantha, has been aware of knowing Samantha longer than I have, though I'm not going to claim she's known her longer than I have. I think that we've all known each other for quite some time. But I would be honored, Sabina, if you would take over and introduce amazing Samantha to us in any way that you feel is appropriate.
Oh, I would love to. Thank you. Well, Samantha's here to share with us today because her background has been one of immersing herself into the consciousness and the healing capacities of the horse. And she has been a really brave pioneer in the field where she has worked in mainstream therapeutic settings and watched those mainstream settings evolve and stretch themselves to include her healing herd. She is at a place now where her healing herd lives on the land with her, and she has offered her services with her healing herd to so many people, so her experiences are rich. I also have known Samantha for lifetimes, and also in this life 5 or 6 years, very intimately. And so it's an honor, and I'm thrilled to have you, Samantha, here with us today.
Thank you so much, both Mary and Sabina. Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay? Is the audio okay? Okay. So I'm sitting in my paddock. I'm going to try and show you what's going on because I have five horses and 2 ponies, and they are, they are just, look, they're so looking forward to today. They're all right here. They are all right here. Now, I'm sorry if that was a bit of a dizzy experience for you all, but I'm sort of trying to show you that they're all right on top of us. And they're clearly looking forward to connecting today. It is early in the morning in Australia on Sunday morning, and it is overcast and it has been raining. So we'll see how we go. I'm sitting in the paddock at the moment.
Thanks for being here. And I can feel
Thank you for inviting me.
I can feel the herd's presence as one with your own presence. So thank you for sharing that and allowing us to feel into that.
It's going to be hard to keep the camera, like God, I don't know what the video is going to be like because anyway, I'll try and keep it still, but they are all over me at the moment.
Mary, did you want to open with any questions that you had for Samantha and direct the focus of the conversation, because there's so many things we could actually explore?
I know. I was thinking about the same thing, and I'll open up. I'll ask a question, and as we progress, I would love for you, Sabina, to also, if something comes up that you feel like you would like to direct towards. But I would say what I'm first curious about, of the many things I'm curious about, but when you have a session where, especially with you having this unique vantage point of kind of coming from the mainstream world too and helping people emotionally work through things, and then having the horses involved, what does it look like? I mean, are you able to kind of describe what a session would look like with a client and your horses?
Sure. First of all, my horses have wonderful boundaries. So I do a bit of preparation in the beginning in terms of sending people information, and having a conversation with them so that they know what to expect. And when they come, I first of all introduce them over the fence to the horses before we come in. I always give them safety guidelines, and safety's first, emotional and physical safety. So I only do what the participant feels comfortable with. They're usually wanting to run straight in with the horses. Occasionally, if they're very young and they're a bit nervous, they may not. And then we go in, and the very first thing we do is I have my horses just free. I very, very rarely halter my horses or direct them in any way. So they're just free in the paddock, no halters, no lead ropes or anything. And the participant goes in, and the first thing they do is just introduce themselves to the herd, and just go up to each herd member and say hello in whatever way feels comfortable for them. When I first started doing this work, it was always a little bit scary for me what might happen. The horses, in terms of horses being big animals and unpredictable in a way, horses just seem to drop into the energy of a session. They're very gentle and protective, particularly of little people, because I do work a fair bit with children. So a person will come in and meet with two of my geldings they've just grabbed the camera. Okay, so they're wrapping their heads around the camera. So they will come in and they'll meet the horses in whatever way feels comfortable and safe with them, and we really go with whatever arises for the participant. If that does that answer your question, Mary?
It does, and I'm going to invite you, Sabina, to kind of ask to continue on with this, because this is going in the direction I would just love to continue to paint a picture of what this process looks like for those that aren't familiar.
So you're asking a question kind of in past time. What has Samantha done, like with mainstream? But her focus right now is evolving. So it's hard to answer the question, I think, a little bit. Is that true, Samantha?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's an evolution going on now with your work. Is that right? And what Mary was asking was, what does that look like with mainstream? Well, the truth is that does not meet necessarily mainstream in a way that doesn't harmonize. So I think Sam was just saying that it harmonizes with who's standing there. The evolution of where you're going, I think, might be something we could also explore. And since there is a difference between mainstream therapeutic sessions and really alternative healing modalities that are equine facilitating, I think Mary was asking, how do you bridge the two? So maybe you can,
I've just decided to move because I'm sitting in a chair and I can't remember a time when the horses have been quite so on top of me. So
I'm having the same experience.
So just in terms of almost, so people can watch without getting seasick, I'm just going to come and stand here next to the tree. Okay, so let me try and get clear on the question.
So I can repeat the question.
Yeah.
Do you want me to? Would that be helpful?
Yes, please.
Okay. So as your practice is evolving, there is a different answer to how you are facilitating things. But Mary was wondering, how did you bridge the stretch of the equine facilitated healing into the mainstream setting? Is that right? Is that right, Mary? Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. And I was talking about the actual session. Okay, got a bit too micro. So how I initially bridged it. I had I'm 52. I've been riding since I was 6 and had horses since I was 6 or 8, and I've always lived with them. And I'm a social worker and a psychotherapist, so it always made sense to me to merge those two mainstreams of my life. Plus, I have been always working with, synonymous with, exploration of consciousness. So that sort of just is me and how I've always lived my life. Consciousness, self, universe. Hello, Lucius. I think he really wants to be the one being interviewed. So first of all, I started by merging my horse experiences in life with my professional experiences in life by setting up an equine assisted therapy program at a youth drug and alcohol detox centre. And then I've moved more now into expanding it further to incorporate all three main aspects of my life work, which is therapy, horses, and consciousness. So now I'm much more interested. I still love the other work, but I'm more interested in expanding now into how to assist people to discover themselves, their essence, to take a journey within with the assistance of horses. So it's more around meditation and exploring the inner self, exploring. It might sound a bit corny, but finding who you really are, finding the self through the presence of horses. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's through sitting in meditation. It's through horses giving active healing. It's through, it's really through spending time and as much as we can, merging our beingness with horses to experience their heart field, the way they experience time, the multidimensional journeys they can take us on. And this, in a biased way, I'll say this herd, a really remarkable bunch of healers and guides who love the opportunity to help people go inward.
Yes. Thank
to
you.
discover themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's beautiful to hear.
I'm laughing because one of my horses is who's the herd leader, for want of a better word, he's just so wanting. He would just like to be inside the camera. He likes to hug people, and he likes to. Oh my God! Two of them are sandwiching me. Okay, guys, come on. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll finish the answer.
So, Sam, what do you think that Lucius really is communicating to us all right now?
Okay,
what do you think what are you feeling that this is about? Because this is a group space right now.
Okay. So what happened just then was Lucius came up and positioned himself so that his tail was pushing into my chest. And then Goldie came and did exactly the same thing behind me. So I actually was squashed in between them both, and they were both rubbing on me. And I felt that Lucius was assisting with grounding and root chakra.
That's exactly what came to my awareness as well. Love that.
Yeah. And if I'm not getting
sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
If I'm not getting the subtle clues, they'll make them bigger and bigger and bigger, till they're squashing me with their root chakras. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard for them while you're being interviewed and have your attention on answering questions. It's hard for you to tune into the subtle cues at the same time. So we do hear you guys. And do you feel a shift in your body from their message, Sam?
Yeah, the other thing that it's doing, it's brought me further into my body. I can feel my feet now, which is so funny because I've got to say, a little earlier, I don't know if anyone noticed, but Lucius actually stepped on my foot, and he just never, ever does that. And I was like, I can't believe I'm being interviewed and you've just stepped on my foot. So I'm just realizing now I'm feeling my feet. So I must not have been fully present in my body. Now he's relaxed. And the other thing that I think they were doing is making me laugh, lightening things up a bit, They're relaxed now. They're relaxed. They were obviously trying to squash me into my body. Yes. I think.
And so, this is what any client who comes into the presence of the horses, but you're there to translate for them before they have to step on their feet, obviously, right? So but they feel the shift.
That come more, Oh, yeah.
But they feel the shift, and so this is a direct, in the moment experience, really.
Yeah, they're demonstrating. They're doing a demonstration.
Yeah.
That's right. And look, I do witness people having profound shifts, and I would say that the most universal shift that I see people experience is really dropping into their heart and feeling love, experiencing love, which the horses are so able to demonstrate to them or help them to feel. Love, joy. So often they'll often, it's not unusual for there to be tears, but they will be often tears of coming home, tears of joy, tears of being held, feeling held. Yeah.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you for taking us on that journey. Thank you
It's
to
my
your
pleasure.
herd. Yeah.
What just happened, I hope that as people watch this and as people watch the replay, they really tune into what just happened, because really what I was asking is what your herd and you both showed us. I mean, that I feel like when people come in and they have no understanding of how a horse could assist, personal self-growth, what's that? And so I always love to, ask our people we interview, how is that this works? And so, with your herd together, I mean, you guys just totally demonstrated how that can play out, and how in a situation where, like with a client, obviously, like Sabina said, I mean, Samantha would be guiding the process, keeping the client safe, things like that. So it's not something that you have to feel fearful of, but yet that horse is going to really let you know where you're at, and they're going to be as clear as they need to be. And we just saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my little Mary really wants to say hello. Mary.
Oh.
Don't know if you can see her, but she's holding space there. Right at she's sort of at the level of my root chakra. So,
and look, and the sorrel. What's the sorrel's name that just stepped away?
Lucius,
yes, staying so grounded right there. I'm actually going to pin your video for now, so we can continue to see your herd even when we speak, because I think that really is so fascinating for this, because they are giving us such a gift of basically playing this out for us. Say, would you like to see how this works? Let us show you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Oh, and these two that I've got here, Lucius and Mary, who's the little miniature Shetland, they will often work in concert. They're doing it right now. So they're both holding space and doing work on different sides of my body. I wish I had a longer arm.
Oh, wow.
And that's often how they'll work.
Oh, that's together. So amazing.
Yeah. And then I'll just turn the video, Mary, so you can see Rocky. I haven't got my glasses on, so I hope I am showing you this. Rocky and who's the Appaloosa, and Ash, who's the black horse, holding space there.
Do you notice that they often will stand in that position and actually direct their head away, like almost as if they're funneling what needs to move out away and out?
Absolutely. And I'll often have 1, 2, or 3 working with me, like these two are doing right now. So Mary's really actively clearing my root chakra from behind. I can feel energy moving from it. She's not touched, she's just gently touching me with her muzzle. And other horses will stand, usually about that distance away, and go into almost like they look like they're in a trance of sorts. And they will.
And do you feel that what they are offering right now is to the whole group space?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. Because they're interacting with me in a different way than they normally would if I just come into the paddock to say good morning.
Yes.
I could feel Lucius. I guess I need to talk to him about how to put his energy through the camera without his body going with it, because he would like to. I can feel it's like he's trying to get through. He wants to.
I can feel that too.
Get as close as he can. Yeah. And that's what he's like in the physical, and he will be like it through distance as well. It's just amazing.
I have a question then. Is there something that we as a group could do to open more to receiving right now? So he doesn't have to feel like he has to, maybe it's because there is, for us as a group, we need to do exactly what you just did, which is fully ground, which is.
That's a great idea. Here we go. He's doing his.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I haven't ever seen him do this to a participant in real life, to actually rub on them like this. I know that would probably horrify some people. He would probably be a little less obvious in his way of asking.
Well, this is a very unique situation where the energy field is through the camera right now, and it's not a physical locale, that he is working with exactly.
Yeah. Now Goldie's come to be with us. So they will do this too. Mary and Sabina, they'll change shifts sort of thing. Like he's walked off to be with the other two geldings now and hold space, and Goldie's stepped in. Anyway,
does
sorry,
little
Sabina,
Mary?
did you want to do a grounding?
No.
She's still
They
here,
are.
Mary.
They are.
Yeah.
They're doing.
Does
They're doing.
little Mary, is this kind of her, is she very often right there with you and working on that root chakra space? Or there she is.
No, she's usually very with me. I'll try and get a little bit away from her so you can see her, but she will probably follow me. Yeah. She's very present and with me. But in terms of working on the root chakra, no, she was literally very gently, like a whisper, nuzzling, my coccyx area, the root chakra area, just like a breath. If I wasn't very tuned in, I wouldn't have even felt it. Much more gentle than Lucius.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not aware of her having done that before. So that was for today, for sure.
Well, and I feel like they're very intentionally offering us things that are very visible too, so that we can see. Since we're all looking through the camera, it's such a gift to when the horse turns and plants their tail into you. I mean, any person is going to see that. A horse person or
Mary,
non-horse
when
person.
You're saying that. Oh, sorry. I thought I was pointing you at the horse. I was pointing you at me, the horse, Goldie. So she's
there you go.
Giving us this. Yeah.
We've gotten so much of that.
I know. It's hilarious because you don't. As you would know, you don't know what they're going to present on any given day. Now, I've just had a very intense 3 days away with my family of origin working on childhood stuff. And, I was less grounded than I normally am. So they're probably really working to ground me as well as for the group. Yeah.
That is totally what I see, is just complete support, love, and honor of you. And I do want to just mention, because as a person that grew up with horses and has trained horses and used to do competitions, when I first became aware that, they will actually back up towards you with their tail and just grow roots in the ground and stand there to offer you support, it seemed a little bit odd. I mean, you don't think of that. And I think that's one thing I really hope people will take from this, is to, be aware of all the different ways that these horses are reaching out to us. And some of them may seem really outside of the box and maybe outside of a comfort zone, but that's where you have someone like yourself, Samantha, that can guide the person to know that they're safe and how to interact and be able to benefit from something that is just, 1,000 pounds of a vessel that is so aligned, with what it is that we are wanting to harmonize with. That is so powerful. So, yeah. What I would love to do as we move, what do you think about this, Sabina? As we move into the experiential piece, I would really love to keep the spotlight on Samantha's herd as I read The Wild I Am.
I was actually going to invite, if Samantha wanted to then lead the meditation just spontaneously with the herd.
Sure. No,
that's perfect.
On the spot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
I'd love to.
Awesome. Okay. Well, let's ease into that space then. This is perfect. I love it. So what we do with the second part of the show is we show doesn't sound right, does it? I need a new word for that. That sounds, it's the group experience. But part of what I do is I connect with my wild Mustang herd is I, with them, write messages that are wild I ams. And these messages are different every time. And sometimes I feel like I tune in more to one particular Mustang in the herd. Sometimes it's my entire herd. Sometimes it's the Wild Mustang Collective. But what I would love to do is to read for us a recent wild I am that my Mustang Sueño and I wrote. And as after we read through this, then I want to hand it over to you and your herd, Samantha, and you can guide us into whatever feels right to your heart with your herd. So, the wild I am of forgiveness. And this is from Mustang Sueño and myself. I shall begin with a story. A little child spends hours building a pristine sandcastle on the edge of the water at the beach. The child had handpicked a perfect spot in the sand. It was plenty far away from where the waves of the ocean could touch. The child sits back and she looks at her masterpiece, so proud of this mansion she has created. She stares at it in awe. The pride fills her, and her parents rave about all she has done. And then the child sees the waves. They creep up closer and closer. The child grows angry and yells at the ocean to stop. Stop this instant. But the ocean keeps coming. The waves draw closer and closer with each new breath of the sea. The child stomps her feet and demands that the ocean does not touch her castle. And with that, the very next wave consumes it. The child crumbles in the sand and cries as her castle is now a lump of wet beach sand. After the next wave, it is flattened to a tabletop as if it never existed at all. The child is hurt, furious, filled with resentment to the sea. And she says that she will never ever build a sandcastle again. The parents try to tell the child that it's not the fault of the sea, but she does not believe them. How could it not be the fault of the sea? The sea was obviously what ruined her creation. She had watched it happen, and she vowed to herself that she would never forgive and never return. And with that, she stormed off the beach and never set foot on the sand again. She also never built another castle of any kind, ever. Now, this story may seem a bit silly to you, but this is exactly what you do when you block the wild I am of forgiveness. You limit your own greatness. So profoundly, you limit your own self from all you are meant to bring into this world of form. You limit yourself, and therefore you limit this world when you resist forgiveness. There are many things of this world of form that seem unforgivable. Yet it is the very nature of the natural, wild world to forgive it all. It is so natural, in fact, that the word forgiveness is not even in the language of the wild. Nature does not have to forgive. It is the wild state to accept all for exactly what is, which is to forgive. To accept is to forgive. To accept is a receiving. To forgive is a receiving. The wild nature that is life is in a constant state of receiving, never blocking this flow by not forgiving, but rather remaining open, never ceasing openness to receive. In humans, forgiveness often becomes blocked. Humans convince themselves that the reason they cannot forgive is because the actions were just too unforgivable, too hurtful, too horrible, too cruel. And humans are right. There are actions that are that cruel and seemingly that unforgivable. Just like when a male lion kills off all the baby cubs of a female so that she will come back into heat and he can then breed her and create lineage of his own. This is seemingly unforgivable. Would you not agree? At first, the lioness fights the male lion in an attempt to save her cubs, and then she mourns their death. But she does not hold resentment towards her new creation, her new cubs with her new mate. She does not even hold resentment to the lion. Nature does not know resentment because forgiveness is the natural state of nature. So natural that neither resentment nor forgiveness is a part of the wild language. This lioness allows life to move through her yet again, and she mothers this new life with her entire heart. She holds nothing back. There is no resentment, no festering anger, nothing but love for all of life. No judgments, just an open river of love. This is the true wild state. What those of us that are of the wild want for humans to finally understand is that the things that hurt you the deepest, the things that you simply cannot forgive, it is hidden within these very things, these very emotions, these very feelings. There lies the most direct path to the most pure, authentic part of the core of the self, the core of us all. In this core, there is nothing but endless love. Pure, open, forever flowing, forever giving, forever love. All forms of life depend on this river of love that flows from this core. To withhold forgiveness is to block this flow of this river. To forgive is to open the floodgates within your own heart and allow yourself to be washed in the river of pure love. Forgiveness has nothing to do with the lion that stole your heart. Forgiveness has everything to do with being open to an inner knowing that the heart cannot be stolen. To live a lifetime in anger over one castle falling to the ground is to live a lifetime that will never see all the many castles your soul craves to create. With forgiveness held softly within, Wild Mustang Sueño and Mary.
Mary, that was just incredible. When did you and your Mustang write that?
It was not long ago. I believe it was within a week, and it's become even more appropriate for me recently since then.
Well, that is literally describing the inner and journey I've been on for the last 3 days.
Wow.
So just blown away.
Wow.
So if we're to move into a meditation now, how long have I got? Just so I've got some, I can't see the time, just so I've got some.
Around 15 minutes-ish. Okay. 15 minutes-ish, yep. Give or take.
No worries at all. Okay. So I'm going to try and keep the camera still. So I've put my arm over the fence. We'll just see what transpires, whether I'll get, here we go. I'm about to get squashed by a rump again. So I might rather, so I don't have to focus too much. Go. Oh. I'll just step out here. Okay. Now, I think I'll put the camera on the horses rather than on me. But okay. But I can't really see what you're seeing in my little screen, so I'll just leave it there. And what floats into the screen will float into the screen. Okay. So I'd like everybody to start by just taking a nice gentle breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, if you feel comfortable to close your eyes, please do so. If you don't wish to close your eyes, just let your gaze soften at your feet. The horses are all here holding space for us, as we'll also join and hold space for and with one another. You may be sitting, you may be standing, either is fine, but however you're seated or standing, please make sure your feet are on the ground. And I'd like you to feel Mother Earth connecting with your feet. Feel that interface between the planet that sustains us and our physical form. And imagine roots growing down from your feet into Mother Earth. Those roots might go down really deep to the core. They may spread out sideways, it depends on your own inner journey at the moment. Remember to keep breathing, just gently in your own rhythm. I'd just like you to pay attention for a moment to what sounds you can hear around you. So I can hear a multitude of birds. I'm not sure if they'll be coming through on my microphone. And what can you feel on your skin? I can feel a gentle breeze on my skin. So just pay attention for a moment to what's present to you in your environment. I can feel the horses with me. They've moved away physically from being on top of me. They've moved further out into the paddock. But just see if you can feel into the presence of my herd, or a herd that you have with you, a herd that you might have on the inner, a herd that you might live with or know. And just spend a moment connecting with a horse that you might know, or one of my horses. And just feel where that horse is standing, what they look like. How close they are to you. Oh, we've got black cockies going overhead. Sorry to interrupt the meditation, but this happens a lot when I lead meditations in the physical as well. So notice the horse that's come to be present with you. Notice where she's standing in proximity to you. Is she touching you with her nose? Can you feel her breath? Is she touching you with her tail? Can you feel her skin, her fur? Can you smell that beautiful horse smell? We're just going to move through our chakras, and we'll see how the horse that you have with you connects also and integrates with these chakras. So we're going to start with the base chakra, the root chakra, which we've already connected with through Mother Earth, through today, through Goldie and Lucius and Mary, Pony Mary, and Human Mary and Sabina. So I just want you to notice your root chakra. Just notice that place, base of your spine. You might see a colour, might feel a warmth or an energy. And just for a moment, allow your horse to interact. Just see what she does. She may do nothing. She may be holding space. She may touch your chakra. Just see what she offers. Keep breathing. If it's helpful, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feeling the rise and fall of your abdomen. Now take your attention to your sacral chakra, to that point beneath your navel, Hara center, center of creativity and sexuality, power. And just allow your horse to be with you, with the energy of your sacral chakra. And see if she has anything to offer. With a touch, with an energy, with a feeling. Some of you it even maybe with a word. Just allow yourself to feel into your sacral chakra in the presence of Horse. And feel the sacral chakra fill up with your breath as it expands and becomes more roomy. And then take your attention up to your solar plexus chakra, around the place of your stomach, diaphragm, that place where you often just, I'm showing you, but you can't see me, put your hand above your waistband, I guess. And feel it fill with breath. And see what your horse has to offer you in relation to this chakra. Do you see a colour? Notice what you're feeling. Maybe there's a word or a sound or an image. It's fine if there's not. Just feeling to your solar plexus chakra, where we hold so many of our emotions. Now allow your attention to move up to your heart chakra, center of your chest. And breathe. Feel this chakra fill with your breath. And see what your horse has to offer this chakra. Might be a touch, a colour, a sound, a feeling. And now allow your attention to move up to your throat chakra, center of the throat. See what your horse has to offer you. See if there's a touch, a colour, a feeling. It might be anything, it might be a feeling of spaciousness or constriction. Whatever arises for you right now is fine, is perfect. up into your third eye chakra. See if your horse has anything to offer you in relation to this chakra. Center of our inner sight. Maybe a color or a feeling or a word. And now to your crown chakra, top of your head. Breathe into your crown chakra. Let your horse interact with your crown chakra. See what your horse has to offer you. There might be a message for you here, an image. And as you're breathing into your crown chakra, allow your breath to assist energy to overflow from your heart chakra like a waterfall, out through the top of your head and back down to your feet to connect with those roots that are going into the ground. And feel that circular energy, feel that connection between the crown chakra, the energy flowing, the light flowing from your crown chakra down over your body, connecting up with all the other chakras as it moves down to the feet and the root chakras into the ground. And then feel the energy of the planet, the living energy, come back up through those roots, back up through your chakra systems, to move up into the crown chakra, to connect with your own divinity, your soul energy, back up through the crown, back down, cascading over the chakras, through the chakras and into the earth, and back up. And as this energy circulates, it helps wash you clean of all and any vibrations, all and any memories, anything that you no longer wish to hold on to. It infuses you with the vitality of the now and of your own sacredness, your own preciousness, your own gorgeous divinity, held by the ever-loving presence of the horse. When you're ready, take a breath and breathe out. When you're ready, wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes. Just look out. See what is the first thing your eyes light upon. Allow your eyes to explore the environment. Allow your head to move around. Come back into waking conscious reality, bringing yourself back with a refreshed energy from the horses, from Mother Earth, and from your own divinity. Are you all still there?
We are here with you and leading us on that beautiful journey. That was magnificent. I wonder how everyone is feeling and what their experience was, but I don't know if we have enough time to go into that, Mary.
I am certainly open to it. We can just keep rolling another maybe 5 minutes or so or whatever. I mean, we're recording, so we're good. I would love to just share the fact that I felt so much support from your herd and all of nature around you for what it is that you're birthing, Samantha. I mean, it was so powerful. The trees, I mean, the trees were offering it. The birds, I mean, when you mentioned the sound of the birds, we could hear it, I mean, loud. It was very, very audible. And then seeing the birds, I mean, and I take it you will be inviting people into the physical space with your
yes,
herd.
I do, Mary. Yeah.
I mean, otherworldly. That is just what a gift. What the whole container there is just absolutely amazing. So, I mean, we can feel it through the computer, but to think about someone actually standing there in that sacred space with you, this is just beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. What beautiful feedback. Thank you. The birds certainly appeared because we're still in the same environment now, but they're there, but it's not as loud, is it? They were here. They were here.
They were?
Yeah. And my cats came and were rubbing at my feet, but you couldn't see that. They've just settled down now. So they were all here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mary.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if people noticed, but the horses, I would normally give people time to come up with, to mention this themselves, but I know we're on limited time, that the horses relaxed and dropped into a different space, given that they'd been very active with me earlier.
I think it's fascinating.
You might have
it was
noticed that they...
Look at them around you now. I mean, they're all so deeply grounded.
Yeah, unfortunately, because I'm looking at you through a little iPhone, I can't actually see them. I'm trying to get, I mean, I can see them when I turn around, but I'm not sure what you can see. I can sort of see them there. Goldie, I felt Goldie and Lucius. They were all Mary. They were all holding space. But yeah. At different times, I was drawn to different ones. Did anyone else have something they'd like to share?
I'd like to share.
Hello.
It's Christina. I wrote to Mary that I was having a hard time with personal forgiveness, and it's something I've been struggling with, a particular something with a horse. Don't have time to get in, but oh my goodness, so much came out, and for the first time in 3 years, I forgave myself for that horse, and just thank you. It's a lot to go process, but thank you. Thank you. It was
that is so wonderful. Thank you. That is so wonderful.
I needed this so much. So just thank you.
Oh.
Lots of love to you. Thank you.
Lots of love to you. Oh, I can feel Lucius just, is he right? Is he behind me? Yeah. Pouring love through my heart chakra from the back through to you. I can feel it.
Oh. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Bless you. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
it's such a deep inner journey that we all go on when we can really feel held. And I just want to thank you so much, Samantha, and your herd, who are so just vast in your capacity to hold space. And I think that we've all had some profound experiences. It feels like that. From what Christina just spoke, it feels very validating to just, there's a sacredness right now in the very molecules of our gathering, and it's hard to speak through them. But I wanted to say thank you to you and your herd and Mary for this space where this can happen.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. The energy here has shifted so much for me. It feels so calm here now, and I'm laughing at how active it was when I first went into the paddock. And I think that harking back to your very first question, Mary, that is often how a session would go with a person in the physical. That it might all start off, you know, people come in with all sorts of busyness in their mind, and I might have all sorts of busyness in my mind. And then through the course of being with them, it settles into this energy eventually when I allow it. As do yours. Look at yours. Oh, Travis.
Samantha, I mean, I'll say it one more time as we close. I mean, this has been, the whole hour has been an experiential answer to my first question. I mean, that's what it's been. It really has. It's an experiential answer. Your herd, your environment, the birds, your presence, like everything has carried us through this amazing transformational experience that you're offering people right there at your own place. I mean, that I want to come to Australia.
Oh, please do. I'd love you to come.
Sure too.
Come.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
This
sounds good. This sounds good.
It would be so good if we could do a bit of teleporting, wouldn't it?
Yes.
If we could just teleport.
Yes.
Yeah. But yes, I would love to. You never know. Maybe I can hold something here one day, and it'd be so great. I would so love to have.
You have sacred ground there. Sacred ground. I feel it. I've never really seen you out with the herd like this in your space. I've more seen you in the house, and I mean, just
in bed.
It's just amazing. It feels very sacred, and it's just so beautiful that you're allowing people in to that physical space with you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I just was whistled out there. I apologize. Yeah. Okay. So we probably do now need to close. Colin, will you help me? Help me? And so much gratitude to everyone. I'll share the replay, and we'll go ahead and sign off now. I'm going to mute myself. So do you think you could sign us off here?
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thanks for being here, and let's gently walk through the day today. Thank you so much. Blessings to everyone.